plot twist has been revealed finally after so many episodes. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 37 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So after the recap, we start with the news talking about seeing Granus, a little monster appearing around the world. We had to see a little image of Shoma fighting against Lango round 2 with his master form. At our trailer hearing about the news, the Hanta says that the people are mostly 50-50 on the matter about the Granus and the Rider, as Shoma thinks it's okay as long as they're helping people, as Goji's are created from him and Hanta to use. We're pretty good to see another cute Goji's. The Goji's just go immediately to the Goji pod. As a kid enters named Hiroto, asking for a request, even bringing some dango as some sort of peace offering. Shoma grabs some because he liked the sweet and decided to eat it. As the kid explained that his family owned a wagashi store, but hasn't been drawing people at all lately. He wants help to get more people customers in. As Shoma actually loves the dango, actually saying it's delicious, wondering why so many people are not eating it and why people are not coming in to eat it. He created some new gojiso, the dango gojiso. As the man accepted the request, and Hanta decided to go out and actually write an article because he actually had the last 2 episodes he'd been trying to work on the article thing, and yeah, he had to go back to work. And they all leave to do their little thing. And in the intro, nothing actually really changes too much. Actually, Lango actually disappears. Not really disappear, more like when they cut to Lango, instead of him holding the dark tree, it's now Boca who holds the dark tree. So yeah, that's the only different now. Which makes sense that he's not being the main villain right now, but still, that's all the changes. Pretty cool to see. And after the intro, we see Lizelle give some of the gifts to Boca as they actually report that, yeah, Lango is dead. And Boca wonders if they should make something to fight against the human. And Jeebh explained to the president that they'll have to slow down the production. But Lizelle actually expects Dark Tree to come as usual, like last time with Lango, saying that she doesn't want to see any Let Tree at all. As Jeebh actually still feels sad that Lango is dead, pretty much confirming that yeah, he wanted Lango to kill Shoma for revenge, but no, Shoma actually overpowered him, showing how much stronger he's gotten. As speaking of Shoma, he and Amane are actually in the restaurant with Hiroto's mom, as she explained how she and her husband created this restaurant in Wagashi store, but he unfortunately died a year ago, and he became less customers after a while, as he was the person that would actually bring in the customers due to how sociable he was, and been trying to ask for help to try to bring more people in. As their duo eats more food and actually enjoy it pretty well, as Shoma creates new gojiso thanks to the dorayai. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm so sorry, but yeah, he created the gojiso out of that sweet. And actually loves it, tried to hide it. It's pretty funny to see that, yeah, he tried to hide it, but he can't really hide too much. It's looking how awkward he is. And the game is still to the employee who's creating the sweet, named Kenji Saito, being played by Muso Yoshioka. Pretty much butchered that name, I'm so sorry. Who've been working for a year under the tutelage of the dad before he passed away, saying that, yeah, he keeps the recipe alive. He actually knows them by heart. So yeah, he's still wanting to find some sort of help because, the dad was the person's dad, and he needs to bring the customer in. Our duo decided to figure out what to do with that. And meanwhile, Lakia thinking about how his driver had been destroyed, thinking that he had to go get it fixed by Dente, and he gets the call from Shoma saying that they want to actually get help. Which is pretty interesting, that it's pretty cool to actually reference Koji from the Kabuto Danji episode, as he wants his Kabuto Danji channel to promote the sweet little store. And that's pretty cool. We actually have character being referenced again, which is pretty nice to see. Too bad we don't have a cameo. Hopefully next episode we at least have some form of cameo or something like that, but it's pretty cool to see the actor come back briefly. I get lucky we had to hold back on trying to fix his driver and decided to go give a call to Koji instead to help them out. As Amane actually looks up the competition, that they have a lot of competitions and they need to find something to help them stand out. I sure want to think about the Candy Man. I'm gonna start calling him now instead of just calling the candy store guy. But yeah, the key thing about the Candy Man, he had any tips, tried to improve on getting customers inside his store. So he leaves to go figure out what he can say for help. And Amane continues to get Hanta to go on board to write an article. As Shoma meets up with the Candy Man, but can't really offer much tip, as he just recently inherited the little store and actually had to have much to do with how to make it successful. Just say that he needs to find some quirk in order to make the store stand out, which is what he did recently with the cafe little area for the store. And as Shoma think about what kind of gimmick they can use to attract customers, and Hanta decided to actually get a call from Amane saying that he will write an article. And he tried to put his phone away, but then dropped the little paper showing the monster drawing he did with a kid, talking about how long it takes before he avenges his mother. And it's pretty cool, he had to have a contrast to it, as Jeebh actually having a nightmare of Sheeta trying to choke him. Not in that kind of way, but come on guys, they're siblings, don't do that. As she is still unforgiving that he had not avenged her yet, and actually pretty much falls off and almost dies in a dream before waking up. So yeah, really terrible nightmare. Glota is there, as she has said that she became a part-timer, so pretty much she's gonna be in the front line now. And she thinks that Jeebh was the one who actually sent her here. But Jeebh is just pretty much traumatized, pretty much shutting down, saying he's not him. And Glota tried to choke him out, saying that is he happy now that Lango died for revenge, saying that nothing's happening good for them. And Lizelle comes in telling her to let him go. And Glota leaves, and Jeebh actually still wants to get revenge one way or another, and wants to kill Shoma immediately. And we come to the next day, and our duo showing the mom and Hiroto the little thing they did with social media, and they actually get some sort of Instagram page, I think that's what it is, that they show that they're getting more present out there. And it's like what kind of quirk they can get. And Kenji wants to keep the traditional style that his master taught him. And Hanta arrives to try to write the article after exchanging information with the mother. As they read about an Animaru symbol, which is a logo thing for their shop, as Shoma looks at it and actually thinks of a cool quirk, which is actually animal. So yeah, Animaru and animal. So yeah, they go to a zoo in order to get an idea to create some new sweets based on animal design. As the gang, alongside with Kenji and Hiroto, go in to try to find more animal and try to draw images. It's pretty cool to see that, yeah, they're all working together. Pretty nice, wholesome scene between the rest of the gang. Pretty nice to see. I love it. Meanwhile, Hanta talked with Kenji, actually wanted to get the information to write an article saying that what he did to meet with the family. As he actually said that he actually did the unforgivable thing in the past before landing on the street, before the father of Hiroto came in and actually saw him and rescued him and made him actually work for him. Pretty nice, somewhat wholesome scene, as he actually said that he actually loves enjoying making sweets nowadays better than what he did before. Hoping that one day he probably, I guess, make up for all the unforgivable things he did. As we see later in the episode, it will be a very unforgivable thing. He will be faced with the consequences of his action later. As they get the drawing, as Hiroto drew them, it's actually pretty cute to see how much he likes the kid. Jeebh agent actually looked after them, actually sees them and decides to report it back to Jeebh, as all three of them decide to go to confront the gang. And we actually see Jeebh confront them, actually wanting to take revenge on Shoma, and even calling it a red Gavv, which interestingly Kenji actually gets shocked about the fact that he called it red Gavv. As they grab a hold of Hiroto, as the agents come in to try to fight them off, and Mane and Kenji and Hiroto all leave. But Kenji draws the sketchbook that with the animal design that he needs to move for the store, and our two riders transform to fight them in their super form. A pretty cool transformation, actually we see Hanta on his backside, actually being pretty cool to see the eyes form around him. Pretty cool transformation to see that. I mean, I have a dual rider fighting against Jeebh and his agent. And pretty cool to see that Jeebh gets annoyed by Hanta as he actually summoned another agent in a pretty cool way, as the agent summoned from his belly and then just start attacking Hanta. Pretty cool to see. And Hanta says he'll deal with both of them as Jeebh fights Shoma. Well, not really fight, more like flail around. And Jeebh can't really make a single dent on Shoma. It seems like Shoma's not even worried about him at all. As Shoma continues to overpower Jeebh over and over again, Jeebh complains about wanting to defeat him, with Lizelle looking over the fight. And meanwhile, Hiroto said that he actually dropped the schedule and tried to run back and get it. And Kenji and Mane chased after him and tried to get him back, as Hanta defeat the two agents with a pretty cool little rider scissor kick, pretty much being both of them at the same time. And he de-transforms as the time runs out for his super form. As Shoma uses the Dango Gochiso in order to use the decoration on it. It was pretty cool to see one of the little decoration agents come out and actually attacking Jeebh before slashing it and try to actually attack Shoma again. And he complained that Shoma is the reason why it's all his fault, which he actually say that for projecting. And he say that the family falling apart because of Shoma. Lango and Shita died because of him, of Shoma, not actually anybody else. Wanted to take revenge. He was acting like a little child, begging and just complaining and whining that he wanted revenge. He wanted now. We're pretty sad, and we're kind of sad that he actually devolved into this. Pretty cool that Shoma not having it, just using his caking sword, just blasted them away, saying goodbye to me, as he actually prepared a finisher to actually defeat him once and for all. Pretty much intended to kill him, but then it doesn't really go out, as Lizelle actually stopped his finisher, blasting away the little ice cream cone, telling Shoma to not actually just kill his own little husband. But you're pretty intimidating to see, as Hiroto comes and actually finds a sketchbook, but Lizelle actually blasts Shoma, who deflects the blast. But unfortunately creates rubble to come on top of Hiroto. But Kenji comes in, actually revealing he's a Grandu, as he takes out a little gear and transforms into a Grandu form to save Hiroto. And Lizelle and Jeebh leave. And everybody's shocked at the reveal that, yeah, Kenji's actually a Granut. And even more shocking, Hanta, he figured out he's actually the guy who kidnapped his mom, revealing that he's actually the Lago Granut. And Kenji is shocked to know that he actually did something that unforgivable. And pretty much saying that, yeah, he was the reason behind Hanta becoming a Granut hunter. And Hanta just mad that he doesn't remember him at all, and prepares to just fight him again, getting his blaster probably to kill him once and for all. But before that happened, Hiroto actually started to wake up and gain consciousness as Kenji transformed back to his human disguise, asking Hiroto if he's okay and picked him up, telling Hanta that, yeah, he won't run away from his mistake or attack, but saying that they'll have the confrontation later. And leaves with Hiroto as Shoma gets the little Gochiso to follow after him, and Hanta just focuses on him leaving at the episode end. Overall, it was actually a pretty good episode, actually. Not as good as last week, but yeah, pretty interesting to see that Hanta finally meets his mom, Kidnapper. And just pretty ironic that the brother who kidnapped his mother is now being a protector of a child. It's pretty funny to see he in an ironic sort of way. Also like the fact that Jeebh is just acting more like a child now, and just continues to want to actually get revenge without knowing that he actually can never get it. Pretty interesting to see next week's episode how we're gonna see Jeebh become much stronger now, but we have to wait and see how that happens. Also, can't wait for Hanta's actor to have another crying scene, because seriously, that actor can cry at command. I applaud it. Can't wait to see more of that. Especially to see how the storyline ends. Especially back thanks to the preview, it seemed like maybe he might kill him or maybe not. We have to wait and see. All the credit for Boca not being the true main antagonist right now, thanks to the intro change. And the fact that Gluffa is here. Can't wait to see how she gets taken down by Shoma and the gang. We have to wait and see, as well as Lakia trying to get his driver fixed up by Dente. We have to wait and see how that turns out. Overall, can't wait to see the rest of this story arc end. I just say this episode was pretty good. Not a great last week, but wait to see maybe it picked up next week. Rating wise, give it a 7.3 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or do you not? What do you think about the reveal of Hiroto's protector actually being the reason why Hanta had no mom? How do you think Hiroto's gonna react? They figured out Kenji was the one that actually caused so much trouble and pain. What a way to say about that. Also, what do you think about Jeebh just being so sad and miserable? Do you think he'll die next episode, or do you think he'll just move on like a little pesky roach? We have to wait and see. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content. Peace.